I'm ready. We can just roll with it, whatever you want to do.
All right. What up, everyone? We're here. Chat with my boy Atomic Purple Mods. He's killing it on the Instagram game, man, with the shorts and everything.
Thank you. Appreciate the compliments, my friend. It's glory to God. I'm just the conduit for the information. You know, I'm just a loud enough mouthpiece to say all the dumb stuff that I got coming out of my face.
Yeah. But nah, man, I'm glad you took the time out of your day. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, and
Yep.
you have probably had other stuff going on. You wanted to talk some One Piece, Star Wars. We've been chatting up all pretty much since like Monday, right? Since
Mm-hmm.
Monday,
Yeah.
I hit you up about we did the Straw Hat podcast, and like
Yep.
it's just kind of dope, man. Like I love what you're doing, and my boy Reed was like, "Yo, he's doing some good shit," and but they're busy, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do an executive call.
Let's just get in here.
I'm
Let's
gonna
hash it up a little bit. Let's chop it up. You know.
hell yeah. One Piece community can be the anime community can be a very rigorous thing.
It can. It can. It's nice. It's nice that people like you and I can just out of the blue connect, right? That's why I still have a tremendous amount of faith in the anime community, because like you and I don't know each other. We came out of the blue, just like you liked my stuff, I liked your stuff, and then bing bang boom. Now we are here talking and networking with each other, right? That's a beautiful component of the anime community, and I think it's easy to lose sight of that when you're dealing with everything else, right? That's so I don't want to be the type of person that always focus on the negative. I very much would like to say. You know, I don't like the way this is being handled, but I sure do love X, Y, and Z. And one of the things I love is people just like yourself, where you're like, hey man, that post was radical, that concept was awesome. I would love to dive deeper into that. You don't have any idea how big the smile was on my face when I got that DM. I was like, somebody's as big of a nerd as me. We want to nerd out about this. Let's go.
Yes, I love it. Before we get into the chapter and stuff like that, I just want to know like favorite times in One Piece or any anime that like what's your favorite anime that you're just like
So
yeah
like favorite times of watching it or favorite times in the story, like
in the
like favorite
story.
arcs. Okay, so favorite arcs of One Piece right now. I really loved Egghead. Everybody talks this or that about the animation. I think the animation is brilliantly coming into its own. It's showing the way that Gear 5 affects the environment in a you know when you're looking at something through a long lens, you see
Yes.
like the stuff that's in the foreground and the stuff that's in the background, they're all close together. I feel like that's conceptually what they're doing with this animation style. It's making the distance between the reality of the One Piece world that's been established and the lunacy of Gear 5. It's bringing those two things into a compatible focus for me. And I love it. I love that animation style. When the giant pulled the knot and all the hockey came out, oh man, I was like, oh, that just like hit me in all of the feels. When Bonnie threw the hockey punch, it's got so many jam-packed, amazing moments. You feel so the Kuma storyline culminating, finally getting to meet all the Gorosei and seeing all their powers at the same time. Like it is, it's like Christmas for me, you know. But if I were to say, if take away Egghead, right? Like if we're not at Egghead yet, what would I say before that?
Yeah.
I would probably say Wano for the art style and Dressrosa for the tension. Dofi just didn't let up, man. It was just like a consistent pressure the whole freaking thing. It was, and he's so big. He's such a big dude, and the whole birdcage, and it was a compelling, drawn out, but a very, very compelling story. The tension was palpable throughout the moment that they arrived on the island. You know, when Dofi went out to the Mary and or the I'm sorry, it was the Mary and
Sunny, yeah.
oh, I'm sorry, the Sunny. Yeah, when he goes out to the Sunny and he's like bopping. I love how they explained how he uses the clouds and how there's no clouds he can't get out there. Like I just love little nuanced stuff like that, you know, storytelling. And then the beats in Dressrosa where it's the parents and everybody are turned to the toys and they have to live alongside their family members. They remember what their family doesn't. That's like one of the most OP powers in an anime, I think, low key.
Yeah. I love Doflamingo and I love Wano. My biggest gripe with Wano is that he didn't kill people that should have died.
He didn't kill anybody.
Yo,
Kinemon should have died. All of the scabbards should have died. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? Why are any of them still alive? What story beat does that give? Momo would have more motivation. The fight at the end against Green Bull would have meant more. Like, all of them. They should have just killed all of them. They finished their mission.
Bro, we became even cooler just now because that is one of my biggest takes. Yo, when Kinemon didn't die, when you told me, the explanation was dumb. The way it happened when Kaido hit him, I was like, oh, yo, Momonosuke, he's reaching out his hand. He sees Kinemon die.
He's done. He was done. It was the moment. It was the moment. It was perfect. It was perfect. They threw it away for what? For what? What good is he going to be to the story now?
Yo, I'm hold on. I need a drink for that one.
Cheers.
Okay.
I'm getting a little twisted over here. So
even if you don't want to see Kinemon, Kiku should have died. How do you get fooled 2 times within 50 minutes?
You are preaching to a choir that has been singing the song since Wano came out. When I saw that they had survived and they got brought down below, admittedly, the scene where Luffy turns to Law and says, "Law, get him out of here." I was like, "Oh, you son of a gun! Like, you got me. If they didn't survive after that, what would that have been for, right? So it's like, I get the reasoning. I understand the rationale. It just doesn't sit right with me because, like you said, they're not killing off enough characters. And this is a gripe that I've heard a lot. And I'm not necessarily one to just let gripes go by without arguing against them for the sake of argument. Mm-hmm. That's one I don't ever approach. I'm like, nah, One Piece could do with more deaths. Like, Sabo didn't die. Ace is dead. Whitebeard is dead. But, first of all, how did Jinbei survive getting pierced through the chest and Ace didn't? Are we just not going to talk about, does Jinbei have multiple hearts or something? I don't know. So it's just there's lots of other people that should have died. and maybe the story would be better, maybe the story would be worse for it. But I think the biggest group of people that should have been killed off appropriately for the story is the Scabbards. Yes. It just made thematically the most sense.
Yep. And also, the people who died to me didn't make sense. Ashura Doji, who's been this stalwart, I don't care about anyone. He's the one who dies, not Kiku, not Kinemon. Then Izu dies. I'm like, Izu, the man who actually got away, is the one who died, not him.
It seems like in that area of the story, I have a really hard time tracking what Oda was trying to do with that part of the story. I don't know what he was trying to tell with the Scabbards after they escaped from the rooftop. Right? I felt and the betrayal storyline, I actually felt was kind of exhaustive. Yes. There's already enough betrayal. The betrayal when Kaido was fighting Odin, that moment where what's her name transformed into Momo and called out for him and confused him. That's betrayal. That's you've got it. It's there. It's in the story. It makes sense. And now you just got this other character. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy who does the painting.
Kanjuro.
Kanjuro. So Kanjuro, I didn't like him from the moment he was introduced in the story. I felt like he was a pointless character. And then to just keep him in the story all the way through Dressrosa, and then to have him be a betrayer at the end, just felt it made sense, right? Because he had to go back in time to stop Odin's plan from succeeding, right? And his whole thing was the obsession with the theater, with the portrayal of being somebody that he wasn't, right? I get it, but it was fucking dumb. I'm sorry, it was dumb. It was dumb. I didn't like it. It didn't sell me. It didn't help me with the story. It was dumb. So that's I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fans. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all don't roast me. Y'all don't roast me. I'm sorry.
Nah. We standing in the fire, bro. We standing in the fire. Yo, one of my favorite characters that everyone hates. I know, you might have to smoke even more for this. Fuck with Sakazuki. Heavy. Really? That is my guy. I love people who don't hedge. Sakazuki is like, I'm this, I don't care about that. I'm like, okay. Because One Piece, we have all these frilly people. Everyone's like, I want to be good, but I do this. That's why I can't stand Shanks. I'm like, you're too cool for school. I get it. You want to, you hold the hat, and you know, I come here to end the war. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that.
Really? So like, you're actually an Akainu fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like no. Okay, so here's an interesting thing, because I've been reading about this recently, and I think O'Hara did a video about this just recently. I don't know if you follow him on YouTube.
Yeah.
Where there's story beats that are lining up to make Sakazuki the next person to defect from the Marines, right?
I've been said that. I think Sakazuki's the next one to hit Imu. How Garp did it, he's gonna be the next one, because there have been tidbits. He went up to the Gorosei. He's like, "Yo, stop doing all this shit. Y'all doing too much behind the scenes."
Mm-hmm.
Now he's hating the job. He doesn't like the Celestial Dragons. He doesn't like a lot of the shit going on. He's going to be the next one to attack. And I love everything about it, because everyone's like, he's absolute justice. He's absolute justice because he knows the way system should be run. He doesn't like the Gorosei doing all this bullshit. He went up to them, stood 10 toes down, like, yo, don't do this shit no more. I'm like, yo, what don't you love about this motherfucker?
Because look, first of all, his drip is fantastic. Can we stop fading Akainu for the
$5 billion there? What's up, Reed? That's the man right there.
Dude's got the flower right on the thing at all times. The guy looks like he's going to prom 24/7. And when he's not, he's got the full on, like, I got a quarter sleeve, right? But he's got the full sleeve tattoo. Looks like a gangster, man, looking like an actual Yakuza member. And I really do feel like he is going to have some type of retribution or some type of character recovery for what he did to Ace. Wouldn't it be fucked up if Imu pierced him in the same way, or he was like trying to save somebody, like it was and then he ended up dying the same way he killed Ace? It might be a little too much of a copy thing, but I feel like that's right up Oda's alley. He loves mimicry in his story, you know?
If he's trying to save his daughter, the one that we haven't named, that's his daughter.
Oh yeah, Kobe's girlfriend.
Yes.
Kobe's girlfriend. Come on, man, I know ball.
No, I love it. I love that you know game, bro. This is what we here for, man.
Come on, man.
Oh.
You know Kobe's little girlfriend with the headphones and the sniper rifle?
Hell yeah, bro. And you know what is crazy is that she's part of SWORD, and everyone's like, yo, Akainu's the worst person, but his daughter is a major member of SWORD. You cannot tell me you like the Marines but hate Sakazuki because Sakazuki's mean. First of all, let's get it out the way. Ace should have died. Ace was a YN. He did his own dumb shit. He deserved what he got.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear a lie anywhere. Did anybody else? I listened to this man the whole time. I didn't hear a single lie he said. All right, then. No. First of all, I don't even believe Ace was important in the story. Like, I got the hottest take. Bro, I made a video about this. My hottest take. Ace is unimportant to the story. I've gotten near death threats from people about that shit. But Ace wasn't even a factor. Ace wasn't even introduced into the story until chapter 154, all the way in Alabasta. Yep. Ace was not a component of any of Luffy's motivation to become Pirate King. That was Shanks, right? And his desire to be against his grandpa, to be against Garp. You get all the way to Alabasta, where Luffy is showing all of his character traits, meets up with Ace, and then you just have a brotherly bond moment. And then Ace goes away, does something completely and utterly retarded, goes and fights Blackbeard with no backup against the will of his captain, who told him not to do it. And now then gets captured, and then Blackbeard delivers him to the frickin' Marines, right? So from my perspective, this is kind of like, you dug your own grave, bro. The fact that Oars had to die for you, the fact that all of those other people in the Whitebeard and other respective crews that came to help you had to die, the fact that all those Marines and everybody had to die. I'm not even like trying to like save the Marines, trying to save anybody, but like there were hundreds, if not thousands of people that died because you made a terrible decision. Bro, what the fuck were you doing, Ace? I'm sorry. I know, bro. I'm gonna get flack for that. But in reality, Sakazuki did the story a favor.
Yep. Yep. Yo, this man is spitting, bro. Yo, Atomic is spitting nothing but heaters, bro. Listen. There's another person I know. I love my boy Nika, but I've gotten used to him now. I can't stand the Sabo. Okay, I don't like Sabo the way he's introduced. If there was another way they could have done it, I've been okay with it. But the whole amnesia shit, to me, I feel like that was a lazy explanation for him being there. It was just a lazy. If you wanted to put him in the story another way, that's cool. But the amnesia thing, I was like, bro, you're part of the revolution there. There's no way in the world you didn't know about Ace.
Well, what is this, like a Batman Beyond episode? What are we talking about, amnesia or some shit? How is this even a plot line? Who gets amnesia? What are you talking about? What is this? This freaking, Finding Nemo? Is this Dory? Like, I just can't remember. I have short-term memory. What kind of plot line? What kind of plot point is that? What kind of story beat is that? Dude, this is why. Here's the thing. You could be the greatest selling author of all time and still be imperfect.
Yeah.
You can still be the greatest of all time, and in the same dialectic you can hold in your other hand that you still fucked up. You didn't include hockey earlier in the story. I don't care what anybody says. You like all of these things that people say that you foreshadowed, you really didn't. You managed to fit him into the story, right? He's GOAT for sure. He's the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Even LeBron has his flaws. Even Kobe has his flaws, right? Like, we're talking about the greatest. That doesn't mean that they're immune to criticism, right? And so that is a perfectly valid criticism. What the fuck is Sabo even doing in the story, bro? And why did the entire kingdom of Lutetia have to be blown the fuck up just because he decided to show up there? I'm sorry. You were consequentially probably the most deadly character in the show. You being on that island was the direct result to all of them dying.
Yeah.
Like, who else? Yeah. So what? Emu might have called the strike, but if you hadn't been there, bro. I think that Sabo could have been introduced. Look at me, you got me all.
I'm telling you. When you really think about it,
the hottest take's coming out of me right now.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
So Sabo could have been a useful component of Luffy's earlier pre-time skip backstory, I think, in regards to teaching him hockey. Yep. You could have had the split where the Celestial Dragons didn't blow up Sabo. Sabo went out into the world, found fucking Dragon, who was always staring east at Luffy, so it's a matter of time before you run into him. And then you have him train you.
Dragon slander, I love it.
Bro, there's 3 characters I would want to meet in real life and actually talk to. One of them is Kuma, because I feel like he's an analog for what I want to be as a person. Okay. The other one is I want to meet Jinbei, because he reminds me of my sensei with a totally different mental state. Mm-hmm. And then Dragon, because I want to figure out just what the fuck he plans on doing in this story, dude. What are you even doing here? Like, and why do you have lightning that can make blue fire? Does anybody else want to talk about that? How at Logtown he had like summoned lightning to save Luffy, and then it caught on fire with blue flames? What are you, Sanji? Is that a Diable Jamble? I don't even know what's going on. I don't understand you, dog. So yeah, I think Dragon could go dragging his balls somewhere else across the fucking One Piece for all I care. He does nothing for me. I've never once felt like any component of the story was requiring Dragon in it.
Oh, yo.
I'm sorry. I could cut out 20% of the One Piece cast and still make the story work, dog.
Yo, you're gonna get me killed. Even my people that I rock with, I'm here for it, bro. Because the way you feel about Dragon is the way I feel about Shanks, bro. If I have to hear one more time, Shanks is the end all be all. He's the strongest character. Like, listen, I love my boy Bands, and me and him have come to agreement on how I feel about Shanks. But Shanks, the character, I can't stand.
Yo, why are you talking about Shanks like he's Gojo?
Bro, that's how they make him feel.
You're like, but he's not Gojo though. You're talking about Shanks like he's Hatake Kakashi. Like, he's Kakashi Sensei.
He pretty much is.
He gets glazed throughout the whole anime.
Oh, his hockey's on par with Rogers. His hockey's this. His hockey's that. I'm like, yo, dog. There's no one else we can get praise to, and I get mad at Oda because you didn't have to do Kid like that. You could have had that fight be at least a little combative. To one-shot him, and my boy Nika made a great point. He's like, he wasn't trying to aim at Shanks. He was just trying to take out the army. But Shanks speed blitzed him. So I was like, okay, cool. But you still could have had a fight. To one-shot Kid just to have Shanks do the walk where he's like walking towards him with Matt. I'm like, yo, I don't need that shit, bro. If we're trying to get to the end of the story, we need to get past a lot of these figures from the present, and this is about the future. Shanks is part of the present. Let's move on past him. He's just a walking stoppage for Blackbeard, for all these people. That's why I say when Shanks dies, the story will be thrown into chaos, and I'm here for it. And I'm here for it.
When Shanks dies is such a statement to make. When Shanks dies, right? That's crazy. That's got some potency to it, my friend. When Shanks dies. So I could see Shanks dying in one of like 3 ways. I see Shanks getting Domi reversied and Luffy has to kill him. Okay. But I don't think that that's going to happen with the fact that they've introduced Chopper being able to kick the Domi reversing out of people, which is really weird. Still kind of unexplained for me. Like, I don't feel like that's concrete. Like, Oda loves to leave shit ambiguous. I think that he could technically be the bad guy, and he could be like the secret next evil between Luffy and the One Piece. Because right now let me backtrack a little bit. I think that we're on a crash course with one of 2 things. I don't think, because I haven't read the new chapter, I haven't read 1183 yet. Yeah. I think we're on a crash course where Imu is on a timer. There's a reason why Imu is present now, and it's not the end of the story yet. And that's because Imu can only be here for a little while. It's kind of like what were the Digimon villains way earlier in the story, where they would show up like halfway through the story, fuck everything up, and then they would leave, and it's like, oh, we got to get trained better, and then time skip thing, right? Same concept. I think that's what we're destined for in some capacity here. And with that, I think that Shanks will probably become a key piece. Shanks and Shamrock will become key pieces in what happens after Imu returns back to Marijua. Yep. Make Marijua great again.
Yeah. And I was like, honestly, and we have his brother Shamrock here. We kind of don't really need Shanks really in the story like that.
You cloned him! Now you cloned the most useless character. How much does that piss you off? You took the most useless character and then you made 2 of them. Yo,
you gotta meet my boy Banks. He'd be hot if you said that to him. Because like he's like, yo, he's been telling me the man with the Mark Flames is gonna be for Garland. Like, yo, bro, I'm like, yo, I don't need more Shanks lore. I do not need more. Like, yo, Oda goes out of his way to make you know how good Shanks is. I'm like, all right, bro, I don't really care no more, bro. I don't really care anymore. Shanks and Dragon are 2 people to me in the story where even if they did something cool, I don't care about them enough to be like, yo, they did that. I'm like, all right, that's cool, bro. That's cool. You got it. You're gonna show up late.
Shanks got that Starlink hockey. You know, he hit you from orbit. Like, that's just cheat codes, brother.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. It was like, yo, this admiral was giving everyone the business, and then all of a sudden, Shanks not even on the island, because once again, you gotta show how strong Shanks hockey is. He did. This is why when Blackbeard scarred him up, I was so happy because I was like, yo, there's flaws in there. We just need to focus in on that. How did Blackbeard do that? And that's why I think Oda's kind of left that to speculation. He's like, you don't know. And Nico, my boy Nico always says, Shanks wasn't caught off guard. He was ready for it. That makes me give Blackbeard even more hype. Which is why I hate when people go like, "Oh, Blackbeard, he's a glass cannon," you know. I'm like, how is he a glass cannon? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
What is the argument that they're presenting for that? Because I
They're
don't think
like,
I've ever heard that
oh,
argument.
if someone takes Blackbeard on head on, he's not ready for it. They're telling me like, Kid could be Blackbeard. They're telling me like, oh, I'm like, do you guys not understand how Blackbeard works?
Diffed Law, right? If I remember correctly, he was the one who diffed Law. Like Law even had the surprise attack, catching him midair with his remote room, hit him, cut the Pegasus that he was on, and then was falling into the ocean. And then he used the Quake fruit to like get himself into an optimal position and set Law off guard. So 1v1, even catching Blackbeard off guard, Law doesn't beat Blackbeard.
Yep. That's actually a very good point. I want you to clip that, StreamYard, because I don't think people will ever look into the fight the way you just described it. Because everyone was like, yeah, Law was getting ready to beat Blackbeard. I was like, were we watching the same fight?
No. Yeah. Law was putting belt to ass in terms of techniques, but as soon as Blackbeard hit the Quake fruit, Law couldn't do anything. The problem with Law is, first of all, he's a Devil Fruit user, so if he lands in the water, he's fucked. You're fighting on that small little island, and then Blackbeard just destroyed basically the entire groundwork underneath you. So now you're like your positioning is off. Now you're having to like reacclimate, and then he's falling down right on top of you. He can neutralize your Devil Fruit and use a different one. So I don't understand how Blackbeard is being classified so low. I feel like the only people that could possibly, I'm going to say this just to piss you off, I think one of the only people that could actually stand a chance to beat Blackbeard is actually Shanks. Because Shanks doesn't fight with a technique that gets nullified by Blackbeard, and he's also fought against, or presumably fought against Whitebeard or alongside him, so he knows his technique very well, right? So I don't know that there's an avenue there where Blackbeard 1v1 would be able to take on Shanks. But I mean, that's, again, even though Oda glazes Shanks, if we're being realistic here, that's a high class for Blackbeard to be in. Now we're talking about Blackbeard being effective against guys like maybe Emu, you know, maybe Rox. Like now we're talking like Rox level power scaling, right?
Yep.
Which, by the way, I cannot wait until they animate Rox. Rox is my favorite character. Rox is currently, if you were to ask me that question, like if you were to ask me like before Rox came out, I would be Brook. And then second favorite is Jinbei. That's just like the order of operations for me.
Oh, okay.
Brook, Jinbei, Frankie. Brook, Jinbei, Frankie. I got unconventionals, bro. Brook because he's actually the saddest character in all of fiction. Saddest character in all of fiction. The dude's going to die in every single, all of his Straw Hat members are going to die and he's still going to be alive. Also, if he just got thrown to the bottom of the ocean, he would still be alive.
Yes.
He'd literally just be stuck there for all of eternity. It's like a Sisyphusian, like, it's a Greek tragedy level thing. So I don't think that people realize just how sad Brook is. Jinbei, I fucking love that guy so much. He just, again, that's just, he reminds me of my sensei. And then Frankie, dude. Frankie is the epitome of a leader that doesn't need to be the point guard.
Yeah.
He is the epitome of a Shaq. Right?
Yep.
He is the foundation. He is the thing that makes people. He makes the boat. He's the thing that gets people where they need to go, and he helps move everybody along. And he's getting power upgrades. Which, by the way, if you remember correctly, Luffy says that Frankie has hockey.
Mm-hmm.
When him and Bonnie punched him from behind when they were punching Saturn.
Yep.
He said, "You guys are using hockey. That hurts."
Yes.
Frankie has hockey. I don't care what the memes say. You guys are wrong. We're right. Hot takes all day, baby. Hot take. Woo! I feel like I'm in church right now. I need me a fan.
Yo! Shout out to my boy Reed. You sound just like him when he says Nami has conquerors hockey. So like, I love the faith in their characters, bro. Like, Frankie is one of those characters that I always respect because he's always on go.
Always.
He's always like, he's ready to help Zoro out. He's ready to help Luffy out. But he's like, you said, he doesn't need to be the main character. I love your book. I love your book love, bro. Because we've had these fights where everyone's like, whose story is the worst? Is it who has the saddest background? I'm like, Brook. Everyone's like, Robin.
Oh, you're so sad. You were chased around for 20 years by everybody who wanted to kill you. Oh, I totally get it. That's so sad. Brook was abandoned on a ship practicing Michael Jackson moves by himself, listening to the last recording of all of his friends dying for 56 years. And he will watch all of his friends slowly die because technically, as long as he drinks milk, he's fucking immortal. What do you mean Nico Robin is more sad than Brooke? I'm sorry. You're a liar.
Listen, I don't hate Nico Robin's story, but I'm like, Nico Robin, in all of your stuff, you became part of a terrorist group. So I kind of have to take your like, yo, no. If we gonna talk game. She joined a terrorist group.
Yo, she joined Hamas, bro. Yeah, she was in ISIS.
You were, and the worst thing is, you were like, the thing I hate is that everyone's like, oh, she did it because she wanted to find money. But you were part of it. You did shit.
And you never learned hockey the whole time.
Oh my God.
You hung out with Crocodile. You hung out with Dragon. You hung out with Sabo. You hung out with Kuma. And at no point in time did it ever occur to you to learn hockey for those big old feet of yours. God.
No.
That would be broken though. If Robin had hockey, that would be broken.
Like, listen, I love Robin. She's probably one of my favorite One Piece girls, but I'm like, there's still flaws to her. It's like Brooke could have become an assassin. He didn't. He stayed on the ship, like you said, and was listening to and practicing Michael Jackson moves. Robin, the minute you got freedom, you joined Crocodile at 16. So that means you were doing bullshit for a number of years. You gotta call that out.
Yo, victim blaming Robin is crazy.
Nah, listen, I love Robin, but like, you can't. My thing is, you can't sit there and only look at parts of the story. Like, yeah, she got her whole people got burned, but you still turned around and did some bullshit yourself. Like, you're kind of part of the problem too.
Huge. Yep. Well, remember, there was a high likelihood that her mother and everybody on Ohara would have lived had she not opened her mouth. Right now, mind you, you're a child. You want nothing more than to see your mother. It is. I don't want to underestimate, or I don't want to understate how I totally understand how that would happen, and I would do the same as a child. Like, that would have broken my heart to see my mom walk away from me like that, knowing that was her. Right? I would have done the same thing, and I would have gotten us all killed. You did that, and you got them all killed. Right? So I gotta wonder what would have happened in the story had that not happened. Had she just shut up? Would it have been possible that she would have encountered her mom later on? Would she have not had to been a criminal? You know? Would she have got her devil fruit? When did she get her devil fruit?
Before the incident. So like she always had her. We don't know when she got her powers like that.
I was gonna say I don't recall ever seeing the panel where she got her devil fruit.
Okay. She had it when she was like on Ohara.
Speaking of not knowing something, what's up with Nami's backstory? What do you think the deal is with that? Do you think that she's some kind of royalty because of the way that Oda always positions her with crowns and inside of like thrones and stuff like that on cover panels?
Ria's gonna love this. My boy Straw Hat's gonna love this. I do think she is royalty. I do think she is like going to be a major character. Like, I feel like she's gonna have a very good background story, and it's gonna explain a lot of things about Nami. She might come from a family of really good navigators. Like, I just feel like, and Nami's like the star fan of her family, because Oda does not give anyone besides Nami this type of love, and I think she deserves it. Me and Ree fight about like the Conqueror's Haki, but I will say this: Nami is a very well written character, and I have nothing but love for her. I think I've always said she should, like Ree says it all the time, she has observation haki, the way of sensing of the weather, the way of that. And I even said when Sanji was in her body, he used observation haki to find Kinimon's body. And I feel like that later on, and maybe in Elbaf, she's gonna awaken her observation haki, because she already technically has ornament haki with Zeus. So I give Nami her credit.
The Zeus panel where she just releases Zeus and he comes out using armament haki was kind of crazy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because that hadn't been a thing. That was never mentioned. It was never shown before. And then all of a sudden, she's like, oh my God. And then Zeus comes out as a spiky ball and covered in armament haki, which he had never done before with Big Mom, if I remember correctly as well. So it's like, was there like a training phase? Did he learn it? Did he already know it and just never used it in the story? I'd be curious to find that out.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll say this, and I know Reed's gonna agree with this. Nami's using Zeus way better than Big Mom ever did. Big Mom used Prometheus really well. She kind of used Zeus like that. Zeus was just like kind of like her thing. But Nami has evolved the way Zeus can be used. And I feel like that's the reason why Zeus was so attached to her, because he did see that, yo, this woman knows how to use me. Big Mom, you kind of abuse me. Oh, you use me. Abuse. I ain't want to say that bars out there, but like, yo, it's the truth.
Mm-hmm. You're out here fucking rhyming and spitting bars. You're out here putting down lines right now. It's the absolute fact. So here's an interesting thing that you just made me think about, right? The difference between Big Mom and Nami, besides the obvious, and then the obvious, is the fact that Big Mom rode Zeus.
Yes.
Nami carries Zeus.
Yes.
Right? Big Mom always stood on top of Zeus. Nami just carries him with her. So I think that there's a difference between being below somebody and being next to somebody that makes Zeus much more compatible with Nami, and that makes that dynamic, like you said, she begins to maximize his value and potential at a higher degree than Big Mom ever could.
And also, because he is a weather thing, he's a weather cloud and all that type of stuff, he just fits Nami's person. He just fits everything that Nami can do very well. Sure. The only thing Nami has to do is just to learn a little bit of defense, and she'll be all right, because she still has to be able to take a hit. Because think about it like this: in the grand scheme of things, she's going to be fighting Lafitte. You don't know what Lafitte can do because he's a navigator.
You think that Nami is going to fight Lafitte?
Both navigators.
Oh, so you think it's going to be a pairing of opposites?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So sniper to sniper, yada yada yada. Okay. You brought me there unexpectedly. Okay. All right. I see that. Shit. I don't know that I can disagree. No. Here, you want to go a layer deeper?
What's up?
Lafitte is the only character in Blackbeard's crew that we don't know as much information about, the same way that we don't know anything about Nami.
Oh, you just look at that. Boom, boom, boom. We talking. Fist bump, right? We talking right now.
It's a saying. So it would be fascinating to think that, right? So that means that Nami has to have an edge over Lafitte, and it probably can't just be something like Haki, and it probably can't be something like Zeus. Maybe it might be, because she's been known to like eke out wins against other characters.
Yes.
Spiky girl from fucking wherever that was, and pretty much every fight, the Bubble Girl. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at names. I can't even remember names of people that I've known for years, so I apologize. But it's like there's a recurring theme for her where she barely ekes out a battle.
Khalifa.
Yeah. So my curiosity is it going to be something where it's like her and Zeus work together to beat Lafitte, and they just barely eke out a win by some type of like, leave a couple bottles in the air and he flies up to do a final attack and then lightning bolt him or something like that? Or is Nami going to use the power that she's had from the beginning of the story that is still very much untapped? And that's
she's going to use the power that she's barely tapped, because Nami needs to, like, listen, I'm sorry, I know we're not talking about the weak trio got to hold their own now. They got to hold their own. Like, we're getting into the last arcs of One Piece. Yeah, this whole running from everything, this whole, like, y'all got to hold your own. Like, we're on a Yonko Emperor crew, and Nami does do her own shit, but like now it's like you can't run to Zoro, you can't run to Sanji, you need to stand on business. And I think this will be the time that she will, because Lafitte's powers are very mysterious. What happens if she knocks the thing, her thing out of her hand? That's the time for her to use observation hawk and find Zeus. Like, that's the time where character needs there, and Nami got it. She just needs to understand, this is what you need to do. You need to help Luffy in this way. Yeah, like helping Luffy find out, but you need to hold your own. And she hasn't had that type of fight in a long time, but I think when she fights Lafitte, she'll understand.
Lafitte will probably be the first consequential fight that Nami's ever had. like consequential to the story. Like if that's actually what's going to play out, and it makes sense because Oda's dropped. He's done this for every character now that I think about. So Jinbei got a power up subtly, like they showed him being super powerful and how powerful he was. It wasn't necessarily power up. I feel like Jinbei is kind of like one of those packaged characters where you could just kind of unravel him like an onion and find out he's got more power than he's let on. So it's like that he doesn't need a power up. Frankie got the power up with the new Super Cola. From Dr. Vegapunk. Nami showed the hockey with Zeus. And Usopp showed the super explosive to get out of the playhouse in Elbaf. And Chopper showed his ability to be able to knock out the Domi Reversi.
I can't stand Chopper.
You can't stand Chopper.
I fucking can't stand Chopper. I hate Chopper.
Hold the presses! Hold the presses! Clip it from here to whatever else you say. Tell me, why is it that you can't stand Chopper? Is it because like he's not what he used to be playing time skip? Is he too cutesy? Is he too useless? Like what? Tell me. What's going on?
I've hated Chopper since I
need my glasses and a notepad. I could be like
Long Island.
Is Chopper in the room with you right now?
No. I don't do perks, so like he can't sell anything to me. I'd be like, yo, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Like, yo, we don't do drugs over here, bro. I haven't liked Chopper since Long Island Land when he cried and he was like, they took me and blah 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 and this, that, and the third. And Zoro had to tell him, hey yo, bro, cool all that shit out. What you doing right now?
You're so right, but damn. I mean, that was a good Zoro bar, right? That was Zoro showing up and being like, yo, little bro, time to step it up.
Then the next arc, Luffy versus Zoro happens. Who's the one person to want to go run out there? And he had to be told, Chopper, chill out.
He's also the newest member of the crew, though.
You've been on this crew too long, and you should you got to understand. And my thing is, you didn't understand your brother. Usopp is your brother. You should know he would not want you to heal him. And people are like, oh, but he's being a doctor. He's doing this. It's not about that. This is a male pride, ego thing. You going out to help him is showing you don't respect him as a pirate. You don't respect him as a man.
But can I just, because I could totally agree with you, can I just argue the opposite side of this?
Go ahead.
Chopper isn't a human. Chopper never grew up around people. Chopper didn't have a family. Chopper doesn't know what it's like to have brothers. Chopper never knew what it's like to have that kind of situation. So I think it would be at the very least unfair to Chopper's character to assign him a title of being pathetic for that, right? And again, the difference between the time difference, it may feel like a long time because you and I are observing the show over the time it's coming out. It takes forever, right? But like the timeline between, let's look it up real quick. The timeline between Drum Island, Long Ring Long Land, and Water 7. How many days or months transpire over that time?
Because it's probably like 3 months. It's probably like 3 days or something like that.
So all I'm trying to do is play devil's advocate here. All I'm trying to do is play Chopper's advocate.
I get it.
But to your point, there's something I don't like about Chopper, and that is I feel like they abandoned the amazing variety of skill sets he had in the variety of forms he had. Right? He had the focus point. He had the blah, blah, blah. He now he just uses the puffball and monster form.
Yep. And then even to the monster point, you don't even use it the best way you can. The person you despise the most, Caesar Clown told you, you're not really being a pirate right now. You aren't putting chances out there. What can you do with 3 minutes? I always say this. Caesar Clown is the reason why Chopper survived Wano. Because without Caesar Clown, he only has 3 minutes and he dies against Queen. People forget that. Forget that.
Are you providing positive evidence of redemption for Caesar the Clown?
Oh, I love Caesar Clown. I don't like those kids. Fuck them kids. So like,
Spicy meatballs. Spicy meatballs.
like fuck them kids, bro. Like everyone I strive. They already know I don't like. I don't care.
You
for those
don't
kids
like
that
Chopper, and you like Caesar the Clown
because I'll give you this: Caesar Clown, whatever he did, but remember, he's one of the first people to give Luffy his loss in the New World.
He did. He gave Luffy the dub. He gave Luffy a L like the prison guard in Impel Down.
Magellan.
Magellan gave him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are two really big, very specific one-on-one L's that Luffy's taken that I think definitely changed him for sure. So yeah, you make an excellent point there. Yeah.
And also remember, because Luffy's running around, I got my power-ups, I got the hockey, I got this, I'm immune to poison, and Caesar Clown, remember, he's not the strongest, but he outthought you. Like, that's the shit that I love about Caesar Clown. And he had to, even Zoro was like, yo, we taking this too lightly. Remember, we took 2 yards off for what? So, for me, Caesar Clown, and then my thing with Chopper is, yo, you don't use Brain Point anymore. You don't use any of your other 7 forms. You're stuck on Kung Fu Point and Monster Point because Oda wants to sell merch. I don't really care for that, bro. He's my least favorite Straw Hat. Like,
how did he not use Brain Point when he was trying to figure out the remedy to Queen's infection? Why did he not go into Brain Point to like do the thinky thing, you know? Like, what are you talking?
You already know why. You already know why. That doesn't sell merch. That don't sell merch. That doesn't sell what Oda is trying to sell. Like, yo, I'm just calling a spade.
But Oda's the GOAT, bro.
Listen, I love Oda, but I know his editors like, hey, you could do that. Or you could put Chopper in Monster Point and make him do his little cute dance and all that type of shit. I'm like, who wants to see that shit? Yep. Remember, he's like, I'm going to be a monster for Luffy. I'm going to accept the monster role. That motherfucker has never accepted the monster role since that, bro.
Yep.
He went right back to crying.
One time. You said that shit. You went demon mode one time. You're like, I guess I'll become a monster for my crew if it's what I have to do. And then you're like, I'm just going to be cute the rest of the time. And then when I fuck up, I'm going to become a baby cute version of myself. It's like, I'm out. I get it. You've won me over right now. You got 1 extra point on against Chopper right now. You've convinced me to dislike him just a little bit more than I did before.
Listen. And this is why, like, all the new One Piece fans, they're watching season 2. They're like, oh, his background story is so cute. I'm like, yo, he killed his dad. I don't care.
Yo, I actually got a question for you. How many times have you watched One Piece? Like, are you all the way through?
I'm all the way through. I'm caught up. Manga. I've been watching One Piece since 2003. I remember getting Shonen Jump, buying it, and watching One Piece, bro. I'm locked in.
Do you just watch it and keep up with it, or do you go back and rewatch it ever?
I go back and rewatch it because I always feel like there's stuff I miss. There's always stuff like sometimes I'll even watch One Piece reactors to see like
100%.
How do you like it? Mm-hmm. What are you seeing?
I love it when I watch something and somebody's like, oh man, look at this weird little symbol at the top right of the screen. I'm like, hang on a second. What the hell? I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean? I didn't even see that. I didn't even, like, especially and specifically when the mural came out, when Frankie saw the mural. Oh, bro, that was like, I feel like the mural, I'm going to say this is going to be controversial. The mural was a bigger internet moment than Gear 5.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Which one spurred more content?
The mural, by far. Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. We still have debates on the mural to this day. I loathe talking about the mural because
I'm so sorry. I just
loathe it. Absolutely loathe it. But I'm
tired of looking at that damn thing.
I hate that shit, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, just burn that shit down, man. Especially
Frankie hit it with the beam, bro.
Yes, but I get why it's there. It's like the same thing with the Giants. Like, bro, outside of now, they suck. How are you pacifist ass Giant? That shit don't make no goddamn sense.
But they just talked about that. We can't. Are we allowed to spoil stuff? Are we allowed to talk about most recent chapters here?
Reed, you might want to leave because he does his Monday chapter. So we're
no. So I won't. We won't talk about the most recent chapters. So,
oh yeah. So then we're good.
Well, I won't talk about this. You said the Giants suck, right? Because they're pacifists. Not all of them.
Yeah, I know.
I'd like to say that there's some that haven't shown up yet, and I'm really interested to see. And I think that they might be like the old shipwrights that are frozen in Punk Hazard, right?
Punk Hazard, yeah.
So I am very curious to see what happens when Loki, because we saw that Emu can't even unfreeze Gunko out of the ice, right? So we know that ice isn't something that just fire can melt, and that it's something that's even beyond immune to normal conventional mechanisms, and it's a scale up from that. So what happens when all of those guys get freed, right? Because presumably Gunko is going to just be let go out of the ice, and she's going to be perfectly fine, right? Maybe have like a recovery time, but those guys. So are we going to get the million Dawn? Like, are we going to get a new ship? Why would we need one? Like what I'm curious, like where and how does all that fit in? Maybe it's like, are they going to build Pluton? Like, is it going to be like you need Pluton to beat XYZ? Like, what do you think we're going with that? Because there's a lot of like loose ends that just go off into the air, and there's not a lot of people that have managed to tie them together neatly for me just yet.
For me, because they've been frozen, we don't know how long they've been frozen for. I think those are the Giants that go Emu. I think those are the Giants who are influenced by Emu's Domi Reversi for power. And they're going to see how plateaued the Elbaf Giants are and be like, yo, it's not what we for. We got the lust of power. They might have that Harold drive where it's like, I want to protect my people, but yeah, this isn't it. And Emu can be like, yo, I'll give you all the power you want. I can make you this. I can make you that. I'm going with him. Why am I staying here? Honestly, they could have sold me on Colin joining Emu, but I get why he did it, because he still has the loyalty and honesty and bravery of all the Elbaf fighters. But if you had sold the story where he got Domi Reverse, I'd have been here for it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he? Colin, the kid, right?
Yeah, the little shit.
You wanted to see Colin get Domi Reversi'd. What a fascinating turn of events that would have caused, because that would have made Chopper's ability to knock out a Domi Reversi valuable, because you don't want to hurt the kid. But the only way that they've seemed to be able to make it work is to kill him, right?
Yep.
So maybe if you hadn't disclosed Dory and Broggy being able to decapitate each other and be to turn off the Domi Reversi, and then you had Colin Domi Reversi'd and Chopper and that could have built a moment of tension where Chopper's knocking out of the Domi Reversi was like a revelation. That man, we rewrote like 4 panels, man. We rewrote like 4 panels and fucking made that shit better, dude. What the fuck? Toei, hire us. We got this. Oda, hit me up, dude. Just DM. Just start a group chat with us. We got you, dude. We'll help you finish this shit. You want to retire soon? We want to see the story end beautifully. We can make this happen.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like he just gets in it. Like don't get me wrong, I love Oda, but like, because I get he's a parent, he wants to save the kids, but I'm like, nah, this is a. But my thing with Oda, you're grimy as hell in flashbacks. But when it comes to flashbacks, Oda's killing everyone. Yo, Law's like sailing away underneath a pile of bodies, but it's like you don't want to kill a kid in real time, bro. Like, God, I'm like, yo, Oda, come on, bro. Like, you can't you getting Sakazuki ordering to blow up the whole shit. You gotta go all in. You gotta go all in with this. That's all I'm trying to say. Like,
but Oda's like, oh, what if I kill some of the Gorosei? It's be totally fine. I'll just kill Saturn. Like, oh yeah, we care about.
And
that.
Honestly, I don't want because we were talking about who Zaza is for a long time, but Zaza, me, the rain guy, and I'm like, I don't want it to be someone on the good side. I really want it to be someone on the Marine side, because I feel like the good guys have been getting so much. They're like, yo, they say it should be Vivi, they say it should be Dragon. I'm like, I don't want it to be any of them. I want it to be on the Marine side. I want them to be able to control it. I don't know how they're going to control it. I said it should be Shiryu of the Rain. But that's neither here nor there because he already has Belfort. But making it Vivi is just like I can't stand Vivi, bro. I've never liked Vivi.
Why would Vivi be Zaza?
Because she called. Remember when she cried and she called the rain back in Alabasta? Listen, I get it. It makes sense. I just don't want it to be Vivi. I can't.
It would make more sense for me for it to be fucking Nami.
Yes, I agree. If we're gonna go that way, Reed, you can come back. I want Zaza to be Nami.
Yeah, if it's gonna be any member of like the Straw Hat peripheral, it needs to be Nami. Because Nami's the only one with an inconclusive background that would be able to absorb that type of magnitude, right? What are you gonna? You can't give it to Robin. You can't give it to Sakazuki's daughter. You can't give it to Kuina. You can't give it to who are you gonna fucking give it to? There's only so many women that are alive. All the moms are dead. Yeah, I need a Mother's Day card for One Piece. It was literally just a picture of a graveyard. It said Happy Mother's Day from all the mothers in One Piece.
Yeah, there's not many, bro. There's not many. Like,
so and the thing has to be Nami.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't do the whole Vivi thing. Like, I like Vivi, but Vivi to me has always been the nuisance Straw Hat. Like, I'm like,
a Zaza upgrade to Vivi would be
terrible.
It would be the most unwarranted power up ever. It would be the most unearned power up ever.
She don't fight. She don't do anything. She's just been being a princess for most of the time. Why does she deserve fucking Zaza? Like, get that shit to at least Nami's out here going back and forth with people, fighting people, being on the yoga crew. I'll give her that. I'm not giving that shit to fucking Vivi. Fuck Vivi.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Besides Big Mom, Vivi's the only girl that Luffy's ever had to punch.
Yes.
Yeah? If I remember that correctly?
Yep.
So that says a lot about Vivi. I'm sorry.
Luffy's hands are rated E for equality.
Yeah, didn't Luffy had to deck you in the face? Like you had to get, and then he had like get on top of you and like actually do like he actually wasn't just like it was like a 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I am not okay with Vivi having anything more than an inspirational role to the story.
Yep.
Vivi needs to kind of stay a lower tier than Shirahoshi for me, or else it takes away from Shirahoshi, who's supposed to be an ancient weapon, right? So if you make somebody that's not an ancient weapon more powerful than an ancient weapon, why were we so scared about the ancient weapons when Zaza's just rolling around? I'm smoking on Zaza and I didn't even know about Zaza.
That's actually very crazy because like it makes sense too because it's like now the princess thing scales because it's like it flips because now Vivi's more powerful than the person who can get the Sea Kings.
Yep.
It's like you can't do that. Like you gotta remain consistent. Completely because everyone thinks Vivi's gonna come back, she's gonna join Straw Hats. I was like, honestly, I don't really know what Vivi would do for the Straw Hats right now.
I would rather Yamato join the Straw Hats.
Yeah, I agree.
I would rather Carrot join the Straw Hats.
Yep.
I would rather Shushu join the Straw Hats. I'd rather them go back and fucking get Shushu from episode 1 and bring his ass on the boat.
Anyone but Vivi, bro.
We can sit here and harp all day on Vivi, but one of the things I did want to bring up to you because you made me think about this when we were talking about the boats was Frankie and the combo move. I made a video about this a while back where that scene was epic and awesome and one of those standout scenes and very much in line with Oda's like hilarious style of joking, right? And I think that Robin turning on it and saying I think that's the most disgusting thing that a human could ever do. I'm never going to do that. And breaking them down is a perfect opportunity for her to come back and basically help. So there was a meme that somebody posted where it was the Sunny with legs on it. And in my mind, I'm like, that's how Robin completes the whole Megazord combo move. She adds legs and arms to the Sunny, and then she is a giant robot. And Frankie and Usopp and Chopper and freaking Luffy all lose their mind, and it finally comes to fruition that fucking Robin participates in a combo move. I think that's how they're going to handle a giant when Loki isn't involved and Luffy can't handle it. That's how they're going. There's going to be a giant. Maybe what's the giant from Blackbeard's pirate?
Oh, San Juan or whatever.
San Juan. So what if that's how Robin takes him out? So she's fighting him because she's got big legs and big arms, but she can't get big enough, so she becomes like a fusion with those Thousand Sunny. Bro, I'm telling you, that's my little headcanon. I know I talk shit about headcanon all the time. That's my one. I don't have any ships. That's technically a ship of mine, but I don't have any relationships I want. I just want Robin and the Thousand Sunny to combine into a Voltron-like fucking thing and whip the hell out of San Juan. That's what I want.
Honestly, I never thought about that because Robin and Nami and them are just so against like anytime they see Frankie transform, they're always there just like
yeah, they always get the dead stare.
I'm like, yo, come on, like, but nah, that would be her way, and like, but you know what, Robin, she'd like never speak of it again, and she would just walk off. She would just walk off. She'd be like, never speaking of that shit again. Like,
she's like, you're not allowed to tell anybody about this. Definitely, 1,000%.
Okay. We can talk about one more topic, the Monster Trio. Because I think people don't understand, like, because they're my favorite Straw Hats, and the thing is, I like them because they move the story along in the Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. Shit does not get done without those three. Like, listen, I know I love Frankie and all that type of stuff, but Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, they have to do what they have to do, and I love the fact that they call each other out, like, yo, protect your own shit, and they're like, yo, sing back at you. I think I hate the power scaling between them because everyone's like, who fucking cares? Luffy sees them as equal. That's all that matters.
They are equal. Oda said they're equal. They're equal. There's no argument about it. I'm sorry. Did we watch Queen try to decapitate Sanji full force, and Sanji ate it and just tilted his head sideways and then brought his head back? You're gonna tell me like no? What we're stopping the argument there. We're saying they're equal. Oda says they're equal. Anything else is like you saying that Zoro is trans, right? It's like that's not canon. You can think that if you want to. That's not canon, right? So like that's what we're gonna say. They're equal, and there's a reason why they're equal is because they're wings. Bro, what bird has unequal wings?
Say that again for the people in the back.
They have to be equal because they're the wings of the captain. They have to be equal because they're the wings of the captain. If the captain is going to soar, the wings have to be plainly equal. So that's what, and they have to be equal in length, right? So they're equal in length and they're equal on the playing field. So, but they serve different functions. The left wing is not the right wing, right? They do different things. So Sanji is going to perform different functions for the crew and to elevate Luffy to the status of Pirate King, different but in parallel to what Zoro will do. Now, will Zoro play just an iota more of a role in the story because obviously Oda has a small little bit of a preference for him? Sure. And is Toei going to make sure that they animate the shit out of whatever scene that is? And they're going to fucking blow chunks on Sanji and tell us to go kick rocks? All the Sanji lovers? Yes, although they did give us the laser scene, which I'm grateful for. They gave us the laser kick. They gave us several moments of compliment on Egghead. And I think that we're gonna get some hot sauce on Elbaf. I think they're gonna animate some good scenes for us. So I got my fingers crossed. Toei, don't let me down, please. But the Monster Trio are in and of themselves equivalent to the big three as an anime trio, right? I would say Luffy, Zoro, Sanji are equal in terms of presence, at least maybe right now, maybe not 10 years ago, right? We're not talking about 10 years ago or of all time. We're saying right now, as Naruto and Ichigo. Right? So it's like, who would I put, if you were to, hang on, give me a tier list, right? You got Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Ichigo, and Naruto, and then like put Shikamaru and a couple other people on the list. How are you ranking that tier list? I bet you it's gonna go Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, or Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and then whoever the fuck else, right?
Yeah. That's very, very fucking true. You got it, bro. Like you nailed that shit. I'm like, yo, I like their dynamics with each other. Remember, people tried to compare the Team 7 to like the Luffy Zoro. I was like, but Team 7 and them, they're not.
No, we're making that meme as soon as we get off of here. Team 7, right? Versus the Bleach group, right? Versus
Luffy, Zoro, Sanji.
Just first Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Just those three, just the monster trio. And then we're gonna make a meme about it. We'll make a video about that. Shit will go viral tonight. I swear on it.
I'm telling you, people don't like. Yo, I've seen those. I've seen it. I've seen it. They're like, yo, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura balance each other out. No, they don't.
What? Do not make me bring out my Sakura hatred. I do not. This place does not deserve that hatred. You do not deserve that vitriol from inside of me. I do not want to spew that evil out of me. And Sasuke is just the lamest secondary protagonist I've ever met in my life. Does absolutely nothing. I would rather watch Dragon Bee in Naruto than Sasuke. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Dragon would be a better opposition to Naruto in that story than Sasuke. He would at least be more interesting because at least he would be looking at Naruto half the time. Crap, dude.
Oh, no, you're right, though. You're right. And the crazy thing about it, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji don't work well together. They don't fight together. But
when have they ever fought together? Exactly. When have they ever fought together? They didn't fight together on Dressrosa. They didn't fight together on Wano. They didn't fight together on Whole Cake Island. They didn't fight together in the only time they fought together was Arlong Park.
Yeah.
The last
Luffy was underneath water. Luffy was dying underneath water. It was Zoro and Sanji who fought together. Luffy, they don't fight together.
You actually made an interesting point that I would bring up on a normal conversation, but let's sneak it in right here. Did you know that devil powers still work underwater? They're just nullified.
Yeah.
Why was he able to stretch underwater? People are like, as soon as he hits the water, he doesn't have devil powers anymore. It's like, no, that's not how it works.
He can still use. He just can't move.
He just can't do anything. So I just wanted to bring that up. I've had this argument in the comment section so many times.
Like, once again, that's people not reading the way or taking, like, understanding, like, the way shit works. Like, that's not the way it works.
Nope.
But honestly, like, even in Elbaf, I need Zoro and Sanji to step their game up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Do you mean in the chapters going forward, or do you mean in the anime as they produce like the
chapters going forward? The anime is gonna have its favorites. I'm talking about like, yo, you guys are seeing the power of the last villain. I need you, maybe not the last villain, but one of the final antagonists. You guys need to set your shit up. You guys have been coasting off of beating Queen and King, and then Zoro beat Lucci. Like, this ain't that.
Yeah. Well, they do have a level up to do, because Zoro couldn't keep up with what's his name from the Gorosei, the horse guy.
Oh yeah.
I never remember the Gorosei's name.
Dude with the sword. I know you're talking
about. Yeah, the sword, the horse body. Yep. So. And I'll go get it. So I'm even brapping out there. So I would say Zoro needs to be at least able to compete with that Gorosei member. That's going to be a fascinating thought for me. What are they going to do with the rest of the Gorosei and Figureland Garling? Where are they going to come in? Because Garling's just a bitch-made ass boy who fucking killed Rocks after he got knocked out of Domi Reversi. So for me, Garling has no feats of any recognizable manner whatsoever, other than aura farming sitting in front of the Gorosei.
Oh my god, bro!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch on something that's a hot topic for you.
Listen. I like Garling. It's just the whole. I do shit when it's like, all right, cool, bro, you got it. You
He's
stab
lamer than
Ross,
Shanks. He's like a dumber version of Shanks. Yeah. Like, how do you get less useful than Shanks? It's these fathers in the story, dude. It's these fathers in the story. It's Dragon and Figurlin. Like, the two characters that have been in the stories and done the least. Like, that's another meme right there. Just those two standing next to each other. It's like,
just, hey, are you gonna do something?
Are you gonna do something? It's just two guys just staring at each other, just like a stalemate. Just like, I'm waiting on you. It's like, oh yeah. It's exhausting.
Bro, like, and it's crazy because Dragon went from this person doing so much in the army when he was there to now being this stoic. I don't move. I don't talk. It's like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand why they had opportunities to show Dragon training with Sabo, fighting with the Revolutionary Army. Like, they showed everybody. They showed Morley. They showed everybody fighting. Why? They had the budget. They had the animation budget, obviously. Why did they not show him fighting? And I have to imagine that he is probably Zaza. Because there's no... It's exhausting to think about. But it's the logical outcome of creating a paradigm of gods and not revealing too much information too early. Right? Yep. It's like Occam's razor, right? It's just the most likely answer based on the evidence that I have, despite the fact that in terms of my bias, I would much rather it be Nami.
Yeah.
Or even make it a completely unrelated, unreleased character. Somebody that's
please,
brand new.
Let's do something
Could be
else.
something I wouldn't even be that mad. Just as long as we have like 200 more chapters.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna need you.
I'm gonna go, and then we can work on the stuff. But yo, I love this.
It was awesome, brother. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for you and your audience for having me over here.
Thanks, bro.
We'll definitely do this again.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I love talking One Piece with you, bro. You didn't even see my background. It's Shanks as a Celestial.
I can say... I had no idea what that was. Yo, are you kidding me? Oh, I'm so glad you waited till the end to tell me. That would have distracted me the entire freaking show. I was like, I knew it was Shanks. I just didn't see the Celestial Dragon coif, or I didn't notice the bubble. Oh my god. Yeah, that better be your profile picture, man. You should.
Yeah, I might have to, bro. Just piss off all the Shanks lovers, bro.
Well, hey, I'm gonna go make that meme of the three teams together, and then we'll make a video for that. We'll post it, and then we'll chop this up and make some clips for it. But let's get something for the next time, man. I'm definitely gonna tap in with you.
Bro, all right, bro. Thanks for everything, bro. Be in touch.
God bless, brother.